Everybody, and welcome into another lovely episode of Fantasy Tune-Up Weekly, where we get you prepped for your week in fantasy. Your DFS
What is up, everybody, and welcome into another lovely episode of Fantasy Tune-Up Weekly, where we get you prepped for your week in fantasy. Your DFS lineups, your season-long lineups, especially if you PPR. I love the PPR format.
Open, so if you
definitely
got
my favorite. Love playing some DFS,
talk about it,
and I've been dabbling in some
parlays
and stuff recently as well. As you know, Discord is open, so if you got some questions, you want to get up here, you want to talk about it, hit that link. I'm about to drop it in the chat right now. Don't you worry. You're about to hit that link and hop on up here for all of your fantasy questions.
I gotta go back in over here. Do it like this. Copy the link there.
Or if you just want to hop up here and talk football with me, I don't care. Oops, I messed up. I gotta go in over here. Do it like this. Copy the link there. Go. Do it like this.
Bam, bam. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the link for you. If you want to join in on the chat, go ahead and hit that link. Hop on up here. So, week 10 is in the books. We got
bam. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is link for
week 10.
If you want to join in on the chat, go ahead and hit that link. Hop on up here. So,
right into
week 10 is in the books. We got quite a few
Jonathan Taylor leading the
formers from week 10 that were just on fire.
Against the Atlanta Falcons. This man
let's jump right into
definitely
that. Jonathan Taylor, of course, Jonathan Taylor leading the league again. 50 points put up on Sunday morning against the Atlanta Falcons. This man is a monster.
Especially when he puts
definitely
up games like this.
Definitely gonna hit the MVP.
And 3 touchdowns
like
on the ground,
he's on a record right now. He's on pace to
almost
beat what Saquon did last year
in one game from Jonathan Taylor.
Especially when he puts up games like this. 32 carries for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground, along with 3 receptions and 42 yards. So almost 300 scrimmage yards and 3 touchdowns in one game from Jonathan Taylor.
We'll get to their matchup for this week if they got one. I think
this man right here is single-handedly winning people's leagues if you drafted him.
On our sheet over here, I definitely do not have them on the sheet over here, so they're definitely on a bye week. So
now we'll get to their matchup for this week if they got one. I think they're on a bye this week, are they? I think they're on a bye this week. I don't remember putting them on our sheet over here. I definitely do not have them on the sheet over here, so they're definitely on a bye week. So
he had 22 carries for 100.
There's Jonathan Taylor,
touchdowns on the ground,
fantasy owners.
6 receptions.
You're not going to have an easy week this week.
This guy here is definitely under the radar. I don't
and then we had Devon A-Chain put up 40 points, second place, 22 carries for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground, along with 6 receptions and 51 yards. This guy here is definitely under the radar. I don't understand why people don't consider this guy one of the top running backs in the league.
142 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You put him on Indianapolis, I guarantee you he'd have way more numbers than way more production than Jonathan Taylor.
And then
Jahmyr Gibbs, another stud running back. 15 carries, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 receptions, 30 yards, and a touchdown. So 3
Patriots
touchdowns from both Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor in Week 10. And then there's a big drop from third place to fourth place. You got 38 points from Jahmyr Gibbs at third, and then Travion Henderson at 28 points from the New England Patriots in their win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He himself had 14 carries for 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, along with a receiving touchdown for 3 yards. So, 3 out of your top 4 running backs this weekend had 3 touchdowns total.
Right afterwards, he's the
That's
top
crazy.
quarterback of the weekend
Crazy.
with 292 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He also
And then Trey McBride takes number 5 with 9 receptions, 127 yards, and a touchdown.
MVP caliber season.
Davis Mills comes in right afterwards. He's the top quarterback of the weekend with 292 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
27 fantasy points.
He also had 3 carries for 20 yards and a tutty.
Jackson Dart.
While Matthew Stafford continues to have an MVP caliber season with another 4-touchdown game, 280 passing yards, 24 for 36. This guy put up 27 fantasy points for you fantasy owners around the league. Jackson Dart, he had a big game, but he also went out with a concussion. I would, if you're starting Jackson Dart, I probably would consider looking into getting a different quarterback.
Brian Daboll got fired.
Unfortunately, it's just not sustainable. He's already suffered 4 concussions this year, and he didn't even start the season. He suffered 4 concussions in 7 games. And that's why Brian Daboll got fired.
Jackson Dart, you're probably
Brian Daboll got fired
another quarterback
early. Was it yesterday morning?
Caleb Williams had a pretty good game against the Giants. These 2 quarterbacks back-to-back in the top 10 played each other. Caleb Williams had.
So if you're running Jackson Dart, you're probably looking for another quarterback to be
63 yards and a touchdown.
Caleb Williams had a pretty good game against the Giants. These 2 quarterbacks back-to-back in the top 10 played each other. Caleb Williams had 20 for 36, 220 yards and a touchdown, along with 8 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown, equaling out to 25 points.
Trey McBride, your tight end. And then after that, you got receivers.
And then Jared Goff rounds out the top 10. 1, 2, 3. Yes, rounds out the top 10. So your bottom 5 were all quarterbacks. Your top 4 were running backs, and then the guy right in the middle, Trey McBride, your tight end. And then after that, you got receivers, and then Kittle.
Because we got to make sure that we're plugging in the right players, right? We're in
doesn't mean that they're going to be in the top 10 again this week.
Around the leagues right now.
We got to look at matchups.
Crunch time.
We got to look at injuries.
Indianapolis on bye.
We got to take a look at all that. Because we got to make sure that we're plugging in the right players, right? Because we're in crunch time. It's crunch time for a lot of fantasy owners around the leagues right now.
He's on
crunch time. So our bye team, Indianapolis on bye, and we have.
Yes, sir.
Who else is on bye? It'd be easier if I just go.
Well, let's go
here.
Through the games.
See, I have Danny Dimes as QB. He's on bye this week.
We got the Jets
and the Saints are on bye. He's on bye this week, so I'm going to have to pick me up a quarterback to play for the week. Yes, sir.
Here, I'm definitely going to play. Alright, hold on 1 second. Let me look.
But let's go through the games.
On
Thursday night football. We got the Jets playing the Patriots, and the Patriots are looking good right now. Defense is really solid. Jets are coming off of a win. Here, I'm definitely going to play.
Jets. This is a divisional game, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Taking consideration.
1 second. Let me look and see the status on Stevenson, because it's really going to matter when playing
And the
Travion Henderson.
from the Cleveland Browns.
If Stevenson's still out, Travion Henderson I would consider as a flex option. I don't know if I would consider as a start going against the Jets. It's a divisional game, ladies and gentlemen. Taking consideration that the Jets did just get a win against a pretty stout defense. And the run game from the Cleveland Browns, it was okay. They didn't do great. The Jets definitely have a decent defense, and that's what holds them in these games. So keep an eye on Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. We're going to put it up right now, to be honest.
Ramondre Stevenson, still questionable. Let's check out his status. Estimated to return this week. So it's going to be a split backfield if he does return. And like I said, this is a divisional game, and the Jets defense is pretty good.
Ramondre Stevenson, still questionable. Let's check out his status. Estimated to return this week. So it's going to be a split backfield if he does return.
Don't trust
and like I said, this is a divisional game, and the Jets defense is pretty good. I would be weary of playing either one of these guys now, even in the flex. I would definitely need to know your other options, whether you're safe playing them or not. Be careful with that.
But that's as far as it goes.
Don't trust anybody in the passing game from
I think you'll be safe.
The Jets. Basically, Breece Hall's your guy, and that's about it. I mean, if you're in a deep league, Isaiah Davis over Braylon Allen for sure. But that's as far as it goes for the Jets. The Patriots, I think you'll be safe. Let's look at Boutte and see his status. I think he went into
questionable tomorrow. You get your last notice Friday.
Concussion.
So
No,
for the
he
New
did
England
not.
Patriots,
He's also estimated to return. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. You'll know more tomorrow, for sure. And then if he's still questionable tomorrow, you get your last notice Friday. So for the New England Patriots, Drake May, you're obviously going to be starting. If Keyshawn Boutte plays, you're going to start him. I would start Hunter Henry, their tight end. Let me pull up the teams here. This is not what I want. This ain't what I want either.
Right, this is the one we want pulled up. So there was another name. I think Stephon Diggs is a safe play if you don't have other receivers. I think
This is the one we want pulled up.
he's good for 13 to 17 points a game. So that's a good number for you. Mac Hollins, I don't think Mac Hollins is.
So there was another name.
Every week. It's,
I think Stephon Diggs is a safe play if you don't have other receivers. I think he's good for 13 to 17 points a game. So that's a good number for you. Mac Hollins, I don't think Mac Hollins is good every week. It's hit or miss with Mac Hollins, so I don't think this week would be his week. Demario Douglas might get you a few catches.
At least 10 to 12
but not a whole lot of production. The upside with
the
DeMarcus is he
defense,
might
I would
find the
definitely
end
play
zone.
the New England Patriots
So
defense here,
you do have the upside of that. So if he gets 3 catches for
'cause
34 yards,
I just
finding the end zone on one of them, he gets you at least 10 to 12 points.
They're not going to put up a whole lot of
Defense.
points.
I would definitely
believe
play the
this
New
will
England
be
Patriot
a
defense
low-scoring
here.
game. I think complete
'Cause
total might be
I don't trust to the Jets. I do believe
24 points.
that they're not going to put up a whole lot of
24,
points.
27
I believe
points.
this
That's
will
like
be a
17-10
low-scoring game.
So
I think
I'm
complete
not
total
expecting
might
a
be
whole lot of production out of this game.
maybe 24
You
points
have some
total.
production coming. I
24,
think the
27
highest
points. That's like a
production player is
17-10
gonna be
score.
Drake May here, or
So
Breece Hall. One of those
I'm
two
not
players.
expecting a whole lot of
And then
production,
we move on to Sunday
but
morning.
you do have some
Sunday
production coming.
morning.
I
We know who
think
that
the
is, right?
highest production is going to break
Sunday
here,
morning
or Breece Hall.
football.
One of
We're
those
gonna
two
have the
players.
Miami
And then we move on to
Dolphins
Sunday
hosting the Washington
morning.
Commanders.
Sunday morning. We know who that is, right? Oh, yeah. Sunday morning football. We're going to have the Miami Dolphins hosting the Washington Commanders.
That's going to be a fun one to watch. Because the Miami Dolphins have found new life.
And that's going to be a fun one to watch.
Very riddled with injuries right now.
That's going to be a fun one to watch. Because
the
the Dolphins have found new life.
Is out.
The Washington Commanders are very riddled with injuries right now. Jaden Daniels is working on his 3rd injury year. Terry McLaurin's out. Their run game can't get going.
Has good moments, but has a lot of bad moments too. Where
defense, it's sputtering at best. Has good moments, but has a lot of bad moments too, where it just gives up big plays. Chris Rodriguez, I wouldn't trust their running back here. They do run a 3 running back set, so all backs get touches, Bill getting the majority of them, the bulk of them. And then secret
play for this
secret
is going to be Robbie Chosen.
Play for this week, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Robbie Chosen.
Robbie Chosen has played for the Dolphins before. He's also
Robbie Chosen has played for the Dolphins before. Also,
with Marcus Mariota
I do believe played with Marcus Mariota before that time too. Veteran in the league.
This is going to be a guy that Marcus Mariota
does tend to lean on. They just got. I think they picked up Robbie Chosen last, so it didn't have enough time to really get him implemented into the offense yet.
Or they might have picked him up the week before.
Or they might have picked him up before. But Robbie Chosen, I believe, going to get some good looks this week on Sunday morning for Marcus Mariota. So he might be a good sleeper pick that you can get if you're hurting at the wide receiver position, or maybe you need somebody to put in for the flex, because maybe you're using Michael Pittman Jr. or Alec Pierce.
Let's see. See, he's definitely getting the targets. Let's see. It's not showing this year. How many games played is that?
Let's see.
Four receptions, 4 targets.
See, he's definitely getting the targets. Let's see. It's not showing.
Last week against Detroit, he only got 1 target, or 4 targets and 1 reception. So he's getting four targets in the last 2 games. So yeah, they picked him up 2 weeks ago, and
4 receptions, 4 targets, 36 yards.
Offense. So I do believe this week he will have.
And last week against Detroit, he only got 1 target, or 4 targets and 1 reception. So he's getting four targets in the last 2 games. So yeah, they picked him up 2 weeks ago. and
I'm just being completely
he
honest
is
with
getting implemented into the offense. So I do believe
this
will have
a big play. They're gonna have to
a
get
better
big
production.
If they get down to the
Let's
red
see.
zone and they move that ball down to the red zone,
It's not a lot of he really
they're
get
not
into the end
scoring.
zone. I don't think
or if
they're
they
gonna
do,
let the
they're coming
Commanders
away
get
with
into the
field
end
goal.
zone.
Like,
I'm just
sorry,
being
the
completely
Dolphins
honest with
may be
you.
a shit show. Their
Unless
record
they,
may
the only
suck
way they're
ass,
getting
but we
into the
have one
end
of the
zone is
top
if they
red
get a
zone
big play.
defenses in the league.
Have to get a
And
big
if
play
you wanna
because if
score
we
on us,
get
you have
if
to
they
make
get down
big
to the red
plays.
zone and they
You know
move
this,
that
go
ball
back and
down
look
to the
all
red
season
zone,
long.
they're not
Most of the
scoring.
scores on us have been
Or if
big
they're
plays.
giving away field goal, I'm sorry, the Dolphins may be a shit show. Their record may suck ass, but we have one of the top red zone defenses in the league. And if you want to score on us, you have to get the big plays. You notice, go back and look all season long. Most of the scores on us have been plays.
Flex if you're really hurting. He's going to be available in most waiver wires.
I mean,
so
play him with your own risk. I'm thinking his floor is 7, but his ceiling is 15. So it's a big gap right there. Maybe a flex if you're really hurting. He's going to be available in most waiver wires.
You're going to play Deebo Samuel. He's a weapon. He is there for a reason. Zach Ertz. We are weak against tight ends. So if they want any kind of success, they will utilize Zach Ertz.
He's play Deebo Samuel. He's a weapon. He is there for a reason. Zach Ertz, we are weak against ends, so if they want any kind of success, they will utilize Zach Ertz. That is our weakest area, is the tight end position. Playing against the tight end position over the middle, slot guys, that's why. Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz, I would probably say, are your safest bets for this game, playing the Washington Commanders. But if you move to the other side of the ball, Jalen Waddle, Devon A-Chain definitely locks.
He's not a wide receiver 1.
You're definitely going to want to start them.
Yeah, but if you're hurting at wide receiver 2 and you're running...
Malik Washington is a good flex option. He's not a wide receiver 1. But if you're hurting at wide receiver 2 and you're running... Like, you have a wide receiver on bye this week,
45
and
yards
you're running
and another touchdown.
3 running backs. Malik Washington would be a good fit. I do see him getting 5 receptions, 45 yards, and another touchdown.
You could play
this Washington Commander defense is not good. The Dolphins defense, I would say it's safe to say
that you could play the Dolphins.
You could play them this week.
Washington Commanders this week. If you would have played them last week against the Buffalo Bills, you would have been enjoying
I would say
yourself.
It's safe to say that you could play the Dolphins defense against the Washington Commanders this week. If you would have played them last week against the Buffalo Bills, you would have been enjoying yourself. They put up some points. Let's go check out just how much points they put up.
They put up 11 points against Buffalo, so that's not great, but I mean, better than most. You're looking for 10 points or better. I aim.
We put up 11 points against Buffalo, so it's not great, but I mean,
2 fumble recoveries,
better than most. You're looking for 10 points or better. I aim for 10 to 15 points for my defense. 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 sacks on Josh Allen. This is on a good team. They're getting their shit together. This is on a good team. And I mean, like, their defense has been decent all season. We've just been making a lot of mistakes, a lot of turnovers. We've had some turnovers get called back because stupid penalties we make. 2 interceptions, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fumble recoveries.
12, 14, 13, 15, 17, 20 sacks total.
4.
So I mean, like, we're at least
6, 8,
at least
11,
once per game.
12, 14, 13, 15, 17, 20 sacks total. So, I mean, like, we're at least getting to the quarterback at least once per game, most times twice per game. So,
pretty freaking good.
Expect the Dolphin defense to be actually pretty good this week.
Let me help you with your fantasy league this week.
Pretty freaking good this week. If you got any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Let me help you with your fantasy league this week. Or if you just want to talk football, go ahead and hit that link. Smash that link. Oh, is it not shared in the chat? Oh, I know why it's not shared.
Let me fix this. Let me fix this.
I know why it's not shared in the chat. Give me a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Oh, are you guys hearing a lot of...
Hearing a lot of feedback?
Hearing a lot of feedback? Hearing a lot of feedback?
Alright, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to go ahead and join in on the Discord, we here.
Alright, so there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to go ahead and join in on the Discord,
our 1 p.m. games, we got the Green Bay Packers.
Moving on to the next game for our Sunday slate. Our 1 p.m. games, we got the Green Bay Packers, New York Giants.
Starting.
The New York Giants, I think, are going to have Russell Wilson starting.
They don't really have a whole lot of weapons as far as...
At quarterback this week.
Receivers go.
They don't really have a whole lot of weapons as far as...
Green Bay defense is pretty tough.
Receivers go, or a running back for that matter. And this Green Bay defense is pretty tough. I personally would stay away from anybody. I mean, Theo Johnson might be a good option if you're hurting at tight end, or if you need a flex that might put up 15 points. I think Theo Johnson would be your best bet. And I think he might still be on waiver wires.
Let's check it out.
Check it out.
50% of waiver wires around the league, so you might be able to find him.
Let's check it out. He's on 50% of waiver wires around the league, so you might be able to find him.
The highest percentage of having a good output this week.
But I think he's probably got the highest percentage of having a good output this week against the Green Bay Packers. Wan'Dale Robinson might get you some points. His upside is definitely gonna. You're gonna be relying on a big moonball touchdown for Wan'Dale Robinson. That's what you're gonna be relying on.
His best game was in week 2, and that was with Russell Wilson. He had 8 receptions, 140.
You see here, his best game was in week 2, and that was with Russell Wilson. Had 8 receptions, 142 yards, and a touchdown. But that's also against the Dallas Cowboys. The Green Bay Packers are not the Dallas Cowboys.
So I would consider these numbers more along the lines.
They are the Green Bay Packers.
Washington.
So I would consider these numbers more along the lines like he put up in Washington.
But you also got to take
because in the beginning of the season, Washington did have a much better defense.
Wide receiver Malik
But you also got to take in consideration they also had their #1 wide receiver Malik Neighbors at that point. So let's look at New Orleans here, where he had 5 receptions for 30 yards. He doesn't find the end zone often. He's only found it 2 times this year on
maybe 60,
what is that?
70 targets.
50 targets, more than that, maybe 60, almost 70 targets. And
he's gotten in the end zone twice.
Probably 70% catch rate.
But with Malik
he's gotten in the end zone twice.
This could be a come from behind game where.
But with Malik Neighbors being out, this could be a come from behind game where Russell Wilson's forced to go out there and throw the ball. But we still don't even know who their interim coach is yet, so I would probably just stay away.
Might be a different story.
Just stay away.
Josh Jacobs.
But on the Packers side of the ball, might be a different story. Josh Jacobs, I think, is going to be a good play here.
The receivers, though, are difficult.
Receivers, though, are difficult.
Love does like to spread the ball around.
Because Jordan Love does like to spread the ball around. I think Jordan Love is a safe play.
Josh Jacobs obviously is a safe play.
Josh Jacobs obviously is a safe play.
And
if you're in a deep league, Emmanuel Wilson could be a safe play. They do utilize him. He does get touches as options go. So if you're in a deep league, Wilson is not
a bad start. He might get you 8 points, like 8 to 10. I feel like is his ceiling. And then you get to the receivers. The receivers kind of do get a little bit of an uptick in usage because of Tucker Kraft being out. So, and I mean, Luke Musgrave is the guy that they had before Tucker Kraft. It's a guy that they've used a lot in the past, but against the Philadelphia Eagles defense last night, he did not do very well. I think he had 3 receptions. Let's look at it. 3 receptions for 23 yards.
Start. He might get you 8 points, like 8 to 10. I feel like is his ceiling.
1 for 7.
Then you get to the receivers. The receivers kind of do get a little bit of an uptick in usage because of Tucker Kraft being out. So, and I mean, Luke Musgrave in the game before that, 3 for 4, 1 for 5.
Christian Watson.
Josh Wild, their other tight end. He plays 8-0.
You gotta think of like who's gonna be
Christian Watson.
Swift for Jalen.
Like they have so many receivers spread.
All right,
you gotta
break
of
that
like
down for
who's
you. Let's look at the remaining schedule for each team, right? And that's the best way to figure out if you should make
Swift for Jalen Warren.
Let's look at the Bears' remaining schedule.
Alright, I'm gonna break that down for you. Let's look at the remaining schedule for each team, right?
Coming up, he's an up and coming guy, and he is cutting.
And that's the best way to figure out if you should make a trade right now. So let's look at the Bears' remaining schedule. Because DeAndre Swift gets a lot of usage. Yes, Kyle Monongai is coming up. He's an up-and-coming guy, and he is cutting into some of the usage. But DeAndre Swift keeps his value in the rushing game and in the receiving game. Vikings, Steelers, I don't like either of those games. Those are definitely tough games for the Bears. Eagles, Packers, Browns, Packers, oh man, they got a gauntlet coming up for sure. Like nothing but tough defenses. Nothing but tough defenses. Alright, now let's look at the Steelers. Ah man, after looking at that schedule, that's rough, bro. Chicago Bears got a rough schedule to finish out, man. Holy moly. Holy moly, they may have the hardest
That's not going to be
schedule.
the same Bills that the Steelers face in
So the Steelers got Bengals this week.
And then the Ravens, the Dolphins.
And then the Bears. And then the Bills. You've seen Devon Achane just ran all over the Bills. But that's not going to be the same Bills that the Steelers face in Week 14. And then the Ravens, the Dolphins. We'll see how the Dolphins' defense is still holding up in Week 16 or 15.
For big points.
And then the Lions, the Browns, the Ravens. I mean, honestly, both teams have equally tough games coming up. I think the Bengals is an easy one for big points. The Ravens are going to be fighting hard for playoffs. The Lions, they're going to be fighting hard for #1 seed. The Browns, they just muddy up every game, and that's also a divisional game. Steelers end out with 2 divisional games. And something's going to give in Steeler Nation. I think you should hold on to DeAndre Swift. That would be my consensus on that.
I don't agree with it. That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Handy
Judkins.
That would be my thought on that.
JSN. McBride, Mbuka, Woody, Bucky, Harvey, Wandale, Coleman.
Drake May, Handy Judkins,
Who's
JSN,
Who's Jettis?
McBride, Mbuka,
Who's Jettis?
Woody, Bucky, Harvey, Wandale, Coleman, Pierce, 10-man. Who's JET? Who's Jettis? Jettis.
RJ Harvey's a good move.
Who's Jettis?
Houston Texans are playing the Titans. Honestly, bro, I
Who are the Broncos? Broncos are playing Chiefs.
This
Yeah, I
is
think
really like
sitting
a flip of
RJ
the
Harvey's a
coin,
good
but
move.
I would probably play
Houston Texans are
Woody
playing
over
the
Henry, so I'm
Titans.
guessing you're saying Trevion
Honestly, bro, I
Oh, Justin Jefferson.
this is really like a flip of the coin, but I would probably play Woody over Hendy, because I'm guessing you're saying Trevion Henderson from the Patriots. Oh, Justin Jefferson.
I think that's a good matchup. But yeah, I don't like
They're
Trevion Henderson
playing
this week. Keep an eye on Ramondre Stevenson.
the Chicago
This
Bears.
is why I say this, because this is
I
a
think that's a
divisional
good
matchup,
matchup.
right, between the Jets and the Patriots on Thursday.
But
night.
yeah,
This is
I
also
don't
a
like
Thursday
Trevion
night,
Henderson
so
this
it's
week.
like, it's super
Keep an
early in the
eye
week.
on Ramondre Stevenson, and this is why I say this, because
You have to make your decision.
this is a divisional matchup, right, between the Jets and the Patriots on Thursday night, and this is also a Thursday night game, so it's like it's super early in the week, so if you have to make your decision early. I think Drake May's a safe play, but the running back situation, if Stevenson is starting, I don't think playing either running back here is a smart move, because you know which running back is going to get the big play. Because there's not going to be a lot of big plays in this game. This is going to be a slow, muddy, ugly game between the Jets and the Patriots on Thursday Night Football.
To run with Henderson, but if he is playing,
so just keep an eye tomorrow. If Stevenson is not playing, I would say it's safe to run with Henderson. But if he is playing, the Houston Texans playing against the Tennessee Titans is prime matchup for Woody Marks to have a field day and have a good game. Harvey, I don't see the Denver Broncos beating the Kansas City Chiefs this week. The Kansas City Chiefs are in win mode right now, and the Denver Broncos are in their division, so they're definitely going to want to take care of business. I think the Chiefs defense is going to show up and show out this week. Denver Broncos, they haven't been able to really produce points. RJ Harvey has seemed to have been the highlight of the Denver Broncos offense the last 2 weeks. Trust me, I made a trade for RJ Harvey a couple weeks ago to help me win my game that week because I had
Discord,
everybody on bye
up
week.
at the top. You can join in on the conversation. We're always welcoming.
Hey, no problem.
And to join in on the
Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe on your way.
Let's get back to our games. We were talking about the Packers.
And if you ever want to join the Discord, that link's up at the top. You can join in on the conversation. We're always welcoming people in to join in on the conversation. Alright, so let's get back to our games. We were talking about the Packers wide receivers and how I don't really trust any of them because they get the spread too much. Jordan Love spreads that ball around much. It's kind of like taking a gamble, picking which one's going to be favored in each game script. Last night against the Eagles, it seemed like Dontavian Wicks was getting a lot of second half usage. Christian Watson had a few targets through the game, didn't get a whole lot though. He ended with like 50 yards. He had 4 targets, 2 receptions, and 45 yards. And then Dontavian Wicks,
but you see the week before, a couple weeks prior, he only had 2 targets.
Had 8 targets, 4 receptions, and 38 yards. But you see the week before, a couple weeks prior, he only had 2 targets. It's really tough, like, picking the receiver that can get usage. So let's go through here and we can figure out which one it's going to be this week.
It's listed as inactive.
Looks like Golden has been out. Is he still out? It's listed as inactive. That's from Monday's game, though.
2 games ago, it was a Romeo Dobbs game, and then 2 games before that.
So 2 games ago, it was a Romeo Dobbs game, and then 2 games before that, 2 games.
And here again, you're relying on touchdowns too.
Romeo Dobbs.
Points. If you get 5 receptions.
And here again, you're relying on touchdowns too, because they're not putting up a lot of fantasy points. If you get 5 receptions and 55 yards, it's only 11 points without a touchdown. 6 receptions, 72 yards. Alright, that's 13 points. So it's like even if you get 7 receptions and 91 yards, it's only 16 points. So he's not finding the end zone. And that's where it matters.
Looks like Michael Woods is getting a solid 3 receptions per game, but he's not doing anything with it, so stay away.
Looks like Michael Woods is getting a solid 3 receptions per game, but he's doing anything with it, so stay away. Jaden Reed, let's see.
Hasn't played.
Hasn't played.
It's really tough. I mean, Christian Watson has gotten 4 targets all 3 games he's been back, and he's gotten decent amount.
I mean, Christian Watson has gotten 4 targets all 3 games he's been back, and he's gotten decent amount of yardage. I think he's probably your safest bet to find the end zone.
I need to see if Golden is coming back. Let's look for Matthew Golden.
I need to see if Golden is coming back. Let's look for Matthew Golden.
Still questionable. Estimated to return 11-16.
Still questionable. Estimated to return 11-16. So that would be in time to play.
Been out. He just missed this last week.
He's been out. He just missed this last week.
He gets an average amount of targets.
He usually gets.
It looks like Christian Watson's going to be.
He gets an average amount of targets.
Look, I can claim.
It looks like Christian Watson's going to be the guy.
Available for me. I can claim him.
Look, I can claim him.
Watson's going to be the guy.
He's available for me. I can claim him.
Receiver wise.
Looks like Christian Watson's going to be the guy in Green Bay.
I would play the defense.
Receiver wise.
I definitely would play the defense.
I would play the defense.
For sure.
I definitely would play the defense for Green Bay.
Jordan Love.
For sure.
Christian Watson. Defense and Josh Jacobs.
So Jordan Love, Christian Watson, defense, and Josh Jacobs.
At tight end,
And
play Luke Musgrave.
If you're hurting at tight end, you could play Luke Musgrave, but I can find you a much better tight end later on in the show if you need one. Just let me know, and I can do that for you. He is an option. He might get you 10 points. Might get you 10 points.
Let's move on to the
but I can find betters on the waiver wire. Let's move on to the next game, right? What else we got?
1, 2, and 3 in flex spot.
Wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 in flex spot. Devontae Adams, question mark. Deebo Samuel, question mark. Oh, no. Deebo Samuel does not have a question mark. That's Quentin Johnston, Jacoby Myers, Jet.
Alright, so we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Buffalo Bills this week.
Alright, so we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the Buffalo Bills this week. I really like Tej Johnson and what he's been doing.
Chris Godwin.
Especially with
out still.
Chris Godwin and Mike Evans out still. Tej Johnson is really making a name for himself. He gets big plays, big touchdowns. Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers are basically fighting for #1 spot over there in Jacksonville. They play the Chargers this week. I don't like that matchup at all. I just feel like the Chargers are not going to have a fun time over there.
I said the Chargers, but I meant
even at home playing against the Chargers. I said the Chargers, but I meant the Jaguars.
For me is a lock every week. If he's playing, you're playing him.
Devontae Adams for me is a lock every week. If he's playing, you're playing him. He's a #1 wide receiver right next to Puka Nacua. The way that Matthew Stafford in this Rams offense is just lighting teams up.
But they are playing the Seattle Seahawks this week, right? I have him on my team too.
But they are playing the Seattle Seahawks this week, right? I have him on my team too. I have decisions to make as well. This is like we're walking through this together for real. Because I have Devontae Adams on my team, and I'm like, should I start him this week or not? Because he's been guaranteed. He's gotten a touchdown in what almost. He's gotten a touchdown in every game except for 2 of them. So. Deebo Samuel playing the Dolphins defense.
I do like Deebo Samuel. I already went over this earlier. I think Deebo Samuel is a safe
I do like Deebo Samuel. I already went over this earlier. I think Deebo Samuel is a safe play from the Washington Commanders. Quentin Johnston playing against the Jaguars is a safe play.
Now this one,
Jordan Addison playing against the Chicago Bears. Now this one, this one has me questioning things because J.J. McCarthy hasn't been that great since coming back. But it's like the J.J. to J.J. to J.J. connection would just sound so good, right? Oh, J.J. throws it to J.J. for a tutty. Imagine if you had both of them, you're getting 10 points. And if you're on the ESPN league, you can send like a double taunt to your opponent. I love those double taunts. Have you got it? Because I have Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert in one of my leagues. So it's like when they connect with each other for a touchdown,
if Devontae Adams
double
is playing,
taunt.
I'm most likely going to play him.
If Devontae Adams is playing, I'm most likely going to play him.
Your first 3 that you mentioned are probably
Deebo Samuel, Quentin Johnston. Your first 3 that you mentioned are probably your safest plays. Tej Johnson and Jordan Addison would be somebody. I would probably put Tej Johnson in if Devontae Adams doesn't play.
And then for your running back, they're playing San Francisco.
DeMercado, that's from Arizona. They're playing San Francisco. You got Josh Jacobs and Trevion Henderson.
I do like Josh Jacobs.
Jonathan Taylor's on bye. I do like Josh Jacobs here playing against the New York Giants. It's a really good play.
Arizona playing San Francisco. I don't really like that.
Arizona playing San Francisco. I don't really like that. And Zach Charbonnet playing against the Rams. Although Charbonnet has stolen my touchdowns for the last couple games, I have Kenneth Walker. So
I would. All right. So here's how it would work. Josh Jacobs is a clear starter.
All right. So here's how it would work. Josh Jacobs is a clear starter. He's #1.
Now for me, it's
in place of Jonathan Taylor on bye. Now, for me, it's between Charbonnet and Henderson, and Henderson has question marks, and it has like a what if involved with it, right? What if Ramondre Stevenson plays? It's the Jets. It's a divisional game Thursday night. It's early in the week, so it's like you're stuck with that decision, and you can't move off of it.
Stevenson isn't playing, so this is going to be a game time thing. You're going to have to watch.
If Stevenson isn't playing, so this is going to be a game time thing. You're going to have to watch and keep an eye on. If Stevenson isn't playing, start Henderson. If he is, start Charbonnet.
Because I just don't trust the Arizona Cardinals against the San Francisco.
Because I just don't trust the Arizona Cardinals against the San Francisco 49ers this week. Sorry. It's going to be a rough game for them. The defense in San Francisco is pretty stout.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Oh, I didn't move my camera down.
Like and subscribe anyways. Like and subscribe anyways.
Oh, I didn't move my camera down. Underneath all this stuff.
There we go. So now it won't show up next time.
There we go.
Don't agree with it?
So now it won't show
That's
up next time.
Like and subscribe anyways. Like and subscribe anyways.
So the next game is the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee.
So the next game is the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans.
I don't really trust anybody in Tennessee. Houston
I don't really trust anybody in Tennessee. Houston has a really tough defense.
Especially in the passing game. I don't expect
really
a lot
stout.
from Cam Ward,
Especially
so I
in the
don't expect
passing
a lot
game.
from
I don't expect a lot from Cam Ward, so I don't
receivers
expect a
and
lot
tight
from
ends.
the
or
receivers and the tight
running
ends.
back for that matter.
Or the
I'd stay
running
away
back
from
for that
anybody.
matter.
And everybody.
I would
that
stay
has a
away from
Tennessee
anybody.
Titan logo on their uniform.
And everybody that has a Tennessee Titan
That's
logo on
fucking
their
for sure.
uniform.
And then the Houston Texans.
That's for sure. That's fucking for
Davis
sure.
Mills.
And then the Houston
Good, right?
Texans.
Looking better than CJ Stroud did.
David Mills is looking good, right?
He's
Looking
a
better
little
than CJ Stroud did.
Wiser.
Because he's a little bit
Knows what he's doing.
wiser.
A little bit.
Like, knows what he's doing a little bit.
Nico Collins, safe to play. Davis Mills, safe to play.
Nico
I
Collins,
would
safe
run
to
Davis
play.
Mills back
Davis
this
Mills,
week. I
safe
might
to
pick
play.
him up.
I would run Davis Mills
He might
back
be
this
my
week. I
quarterback
might
this
pick
week.
him up.
Because I have Daniel
He might be
Jones,
my
right?
quarterback this
So I need
week.
another quarterback.
Because I have Daniel
I might
Jones,
pick
right?
up
So I need another quarterback. I
Davis
might pick up
Mills. We'll see who else is on the waiver wire.
Davis Mills.
time
We'll see
to
who else
figure
is
it
on the
out.
wire.
But that could be
I
a
got
guy to
time
look at.
to figure it out. But that could be a guy I look
Woody
at.
Marks, Nick Chubb. I think both of them are
Woody
safe
Marks,
plays this
Nick
week.
Chubb.
I think
I think
the
both
way
of
they
them are
split
safe
that
plays this
backfield
week.
is
I think
definitely touchdown
the way they
dependent,
split that backfield, it's definitely
but
touchdown
I can
dependent.
see
But I
Woody
can
Marks
see
getting a lot of receptions. Like
Woody
4
Marks
of them
getting a lot of
for
receptions,
30 yards,
like
plus
4 of 'em
another
for
40
30
to 50
yards
rushing
plus another
with a
40
possible
to
touchdown.
50 yards
Same thing with
rushing
Nick Chubb.
with a possible
I can see
touchdown.
him getting
Same
about
thing with
40
Nick
yards
Chubb.
rushing
I can see him getting about 40
with a
yards
possible
rushing
touchdown.
with a
So
possible
if you had to pick
touchdown.
one or the other, I would play Woody Marks over Nick
So
Chubb.
if you had to
but
pick one or the
I
other,
think
I would play Woody Marks
they're
over
both
Nick Chubb,
safe
but I
for
think they're
10 to
both
12 point
safe
ceiling.
for
Woody
10 to
Marks
12
probably
point
has
ceiling.
Like a 17
Woody
point
Marks
ceiling.
probably has like a 17-point ceiling.
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton
Definitely a
Schultz.
lock to play. You got him.
Definitely a
In your tight
lock
end
to
spot.
play if you
He
got
could even
him
be worth a
in your
flex
tight end spot.
this week.
He could even
I
be
can
worth
see
a
him
flex
getting
spot this week.
16,
I could see
17
him
points,
getting
maybe
16,
even 20.
17 points, maybe even
Him and
20.
Nico Collins are going to be
Him and
living
Nico
it up
Collins are
against
going to
his
be
Titan defense.
living it up against his Titan defense.
Or is this going to be the trap game of the week?
Or is this going to be the
Tennessee
trap
Titans
game
get
of
a
the
win.
week? Tennessee Titans get a win.
I don't know about that.
I don't know
I
about
don't know
that.
about that.
I don't know about that.
Oh, and then we got the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, and then we got the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons.
This Atlanta defense.
Oh, I didn't go over defenses. I would play the Houston Texan defense for sure.
Panthers versus Falcons.
Versus Falcons.
We got question marks with their
quarterback. Bryce Young, right?
I say that because you don't know what kind of Bryce Young you're going to get
coming out leading these Carolina Panthers.
Got Rico Dowdle back there. Same thing with him. You don't really know
what you're going to get with Rico Dowdle.
It's definitely hit or miss. He has some good games,
but he also has some bad games too. Atlanta Falcons, I think, are coming off of 2 losses in a row. Is it right? Or is that
3 losses in a row, maybe?
3 losses in a row, maybe. Four losses in a row. I'm seeing.
Got. And they beat the
Commanders. And they beat the Bills. But then they
lost to the
49ers. Lost to the Dolphins. Lost to the Patriots. And then lost to the Colts on Sunday morning. And now they play the Panthers. This game is my. I don't fucking know game. This is my I don't fucking know how this game's gonna turn out game. Because both of these teams have written all over them.
They both suck,
but they both can be good. I think the Panthers are coming off some losses as well. Not as many as the Falcons.
Bijan
Robinson's a lock. Drake London's a lock. All right.
We look at the other side
of the ball. I think if you got McMillan, you're playing him. If you got Dowdle, you're playing him. I could probably find you a better running back to use than Dowdle this week. I don't think he's going to have a great week, but he probably will find the end zone. So
12 points
is your floor, 20 points is your ceiling for Dowdle.
Like I said,
I could find you better on the waiver wire.
Teteora
McMillan, same thing. I feel like it's 12 to 20.
Bijan Robinson.
He's been up and down so far. In the games that they're winning, he does really good. In the games that they lose, he does really bad. So I don't know.
At this moment,
I'm not ready to decide whether I feel like the Falcons can win this game. But I can't decide if I feel like the Panthers can win this game either. So Bijan Robinson right now for me is kind of a flip of the coin. I do feel like he'd be able to produce against the Panthers, but the Panthers already shut him down 30-0 earlier in the season. So are they going to sweep the Falcons? I don't know. I have to do some digging. I have to do a little bit more digging on this game. I'll stay away from both defenses.
I think
so far your only safe bets are
Drake
London, Bijan Robinson, Rico Dowdle, and McMillan. I can go through and find you a sleeper on the teams if you'd like me to. But I need to get a refill and a smoke break, and we'll be back to finish after.
Go ahead and hit that link.
Join in on the convo. Convo is long though.
I don't have the big long. Lad McConkey for an RB. Give me a minute. I was just going for a refill and a smoke break. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe, and I will think about that while I'm out there, and I'll be right back.
That's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua, about a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Cat in the Hat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee over the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And they got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call. I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Cat and Hat here. Goel over there. We gonna break down wildcard weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming.
Goel in the house.
It's gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy, Cat in the Hat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once. Just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been a loser fest, and they're going to continue. 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for
you. Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you were saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, you know, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of this injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, ooh, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly!
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
What's up, guys? It's our Week 12 picks. We're gonna have Week 12 next week too. Yeah, best believe I'm gonna have my son back for another video. We've been talking about it. He's been getting into football this year. Oh, I'm so excited. He actually gets mad now when he can't watch football, like on school nights, and he's got to go to bed early. It's great. It's a great feeling. 6 years old. I love it. I fucking love it.
Alright, so we were talking about trading McConkey for a running back. It's a good time to trade Ladd McConkey too, because he just came off of a decent game. He just came off of a decent game, so he has a little bit more value than if you would have tried to trade him 2 weeks ago. And he also has a prime matchup against Jacksonville. Let's see here. So he has a prime matchup against Jacksonville, and then a bye, and then the Raiders, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, Denver. So you're right by wanting to come off of Ladd McConkey. For sure. So good time to trade him. So who can we get for Ladd McConkey? I think someone would trade a guy like Kenneth Walker for Ladd McConkey. Let's see who else. I wouldn't want to do Ashton Genty. They have not been doing well. Someone would trade him for sure. You'd be able to get. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get Ashton Genty, but I personally wouldn't want to do it. I feel like it would be a bad trade. The road looks very bumpy for Ashton Genty the rest of the season. I don't think you're going to be able to get a guy like Derrick Henry. Kareem Hunt you could probably get, and he's a good pickup. I mean, he gives you points, he gets touchdowns. Yeah, the only problem there is it's a split backfield with Pacheco, so you're taking a gamble on whether Pacheco or Hunt's going to get the touchdown. But if the Chiefs get into the red zone, most of the time it's Kareem Hunt that gets the red zone touchdowns. So you have upside there. I think that's a clear pick. You could easily, and for a guy like Kareem Hunt, you can also probably ask for another player in return as well. Christian McCaffrey, no, they wouldn't trade that. I mean, you could probably get a guy like J.K. Dobbins or maybe Quinshon Judkins. Hold on, I'm answering another question. Oh, I did. I'll get back. I'll get you your answer in a minute. All right. Breece Hall. You could probably try and put your feelers out for Breece Hall. I think that would probably be your best option that you might get a bite on. But still, it just depends on who else they have at running back. Travis Etienne, Jordan Mason, but you have Aaron Jones coming back, so Jordan Mason's going to slowly fall to the wayside. But I think Travis Etienne you could easily get for Lad McConkey. Do I think it's good value? I mean, yes and no at the same time, because Jacksonville sucks. But at the same time, like, he's pretty consistent. Oh, I think we got somebody. Hold on. Oh no, I'm just hearing stuff. You could probably get either one of the New England running backs. So I mean, at the end of the day, your options are pretty open. You kind of just got to put your feelers out there and try and do your best. If you want to give me give me the list of who you have on your team and who you're looking for, and I'll tell you, like, if you should make the trade or not. And as far as James Cook or Javonte Williams, are you talking about just for this week, or are you talking about for the rest of the season? Because if it's just for this week, you got the Cowboys playing the Raiders, which is a pretty tough defense, but the Bills are playing the Bucks, which I think James Cook is going to have a much better game than he had last week against the Dolphins. I would probably go with James Cook over Javonte Williams this week. And then Juan Pena, Yes, I did answer your question earlier. So, if Devontae Adams is playing, I'm playing him. I have him on my team as well. Yes, they're playing the Seattle Seahawks. It's definitely a tough game. This is going to be Matthew Stafford's biggest test of the season. But if he's playing, I'm playing Devontae Adams. Deebo Samuel, I think he's going to be the best friend for the Washington Commanders Sunday morning playing the Miami Dolphins. Him and Zach Ertz are going to have to put in some work. Quentin Johnston, the Chargers, playing the Jaguars. I like that matchup. So, alright, so here it is. So if Devontae Adams is playing, you're playing Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel, Quentin Johnston, wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. Tez Johnson for your flex spot. If Adams isn't playing, flex in Jordan Addison. Forget about Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers right now. Running backs, Josh Jacobs is going in for Jonathan Taylor. And then you got to keep an eye on, because this is a Thursday night game, so tomorrow and Thursday morning you're going to want to keep an eye on Ramondre Stevenson. If Ramondre Stevenson is playing, Travion Henderson, I would play Charbonnet over Henderson. I wouldn't play DeMercado because Bam Knight over there in Arizona is kind of filling in that running back role. But if Stevenson isn't playing, I would play Travion Henderson. But I still don't have a high ceiling for Travion Henderson because it is a divisional matchup on Thursday night, short week for both teams. Both teams coming off of a win, big wins, but it's a divisional game, tough defenses. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I already said earlier, I think the total points for that game is going to be 27 points. That's like a 17-10 score, so keep that in mind. Touchdowns are going to be very scarce. Hey, no problem. If you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe. And if you haven't also, go ahead at the top of the chat. There's a Discord link. You can join our Discord. It gives you direct access to the AFC Eastie Boys and our community. If you have questions, we're trying to build a community of football fans that just want to talk sports all the time. Plus, we also open up our Discord for chat. You can join up. You can get up here. You can talk. All that good stuff. You are welcome, my friend. Let's continue on with the slate, right? So now we got the Bears and the Vikings. Caleb Williams has been pretty solid in every game that he's played so far. Solid-ish, I should say. The Vikings defense is nasty. It's definitely tough. But I would still say DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams are safe plays. I would say the Minnesota Vikings side of the ball, Aaron Jones is a safe play. Jordan Addison is a safe play for a flex spot. He's Jordan Addison. You're probably looking at 12 to 17 points. Justin Jefferson, I'm guessing is going to be around the same. Hopefully he can have a much bigger game against a weak Chicago secondary. It's just a matter of whether or not J.J. McCarthy can get it together and sling the rock and get in line and sync with his receivers. He's been having trouble. He's got really good receivers out there. He's got the quarterback whisperer whispering in his ear. It's just a matter of time before J.J. McCarthy goes out there and throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. And if there's any game that he's going to do it, it's going to be against the Chicago Bears. Let's look at there. Bang, 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 bang. Kyle Monangai has been making his presence felt over there in Chicago. Last couple games, he has gotten quite a few carries, especially the one where DeAndre Swift was out when they played Cincinnati. He definitely took advantage of that. 26 carries for 176 yards. Another big game he had against New Orleans, 13 carries for 81 yards. Washington, he only did 5 for 19. Baltimore, 7 for 24. The Giants, 7 for 28. But he did find the end zone last week. DeAndre Swift, though, man. He gets receptions, too. And look, he's way more consistent. Way more consistent. Finds the end zone. I don't see... I'm trying to see if, like, Kyle Monangai is just, like, picking up. Like, he's stealing the job from Swift, which I don't think is the case. I think it's just a matter of Monangai is getting touches because Swift is getting breathers, and Monangai is actually producing with most of his touches. So, his ceiling here is probably 12 points. That's if he finds the end zone. So his floor is going to be 6 points. His ceiling is going to be 12 points. DeAndre Swift, on the other hand, I think you're looking at 15 points for his floor. And his ceiling is probably 22. That's depending on whether he finds the end zone or not. Because I do believe Caleb Williams is going to need to rely on DeAndre Swift for a lot of checkdowns. So I think DeAndre Swift is a safe bet. Tight end, Colston Loveland has had a couple good games, last 3 games. He's definitely getting more utilization. He did not start the season off great. I drafted him early in the season, became a mistake. But he is starting to get used a little bit more. 2 games ago against Cincinnati, he had 7 targets, 6 receptions, 118 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Last week against the Giants, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 55 yards. So not great. He put up 10 points. Week before that, 3 weeks ago, 3 receptions, 38 yards. So 6 points, 7 points. But his production is going up. But I think this is a bad matchup. I would probably stay away from Colston Loveland. Let's look at their wide receivers. You got Luther Burden, who gets deep balls. Three receptions. He catches all his targets too, it looks like. If he gets looked at, he gets targeted, he catches it. It looks like his average is around 8 points. Let's see, that's 9. That's 2. That's negative 3. 8. So his average is like 5 points. Roma Doomsday is like hit or miss, man. I tried to play him a couple weeks ago. He got targeted 3 times, didn't get a single reception. But then last week he got targeted 10 times for 6 receptions. But there is kind of a trend here. So I would stay away from Rome Odunze in this game. It looks like it's going to be a low target game. DJ Moore is more consistent with his targets. He just didn't catch any of them against the Giants. So if you got to play a receiver from Chicago, I would probably play DJ Moore. Feels like the safest bet. DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams, I would not touch the defense. The kicker might be a good play here. The kicker, Jake Moody, or is it going to be Kyrie Santos? Two extra points, 4 field goals, 10-19. Let's look at Santos. Okay, so this is who they're using now. Santos. 1 for 1, 3 for 3 on extra points, 5 for 5 on extra points, 2 for 3 on field goals, 1 for 1 on extra points, 3 for 4, 4 for 4. So Kyrie Santos is probably a really good bet this week. Playing against the Minnesota Vikings. The next game, we got the Chargers and the Jaguars. I think on the Jaguars side of the ball, I think the only safe play here is Travis Etienne. Chargers side of the ball, I think Kamani Vidal is a safe play. Justin Herbert's obviously a safe play. Any of the receivers, Oronde Gadsden, if he's still on your waiver wire and you haven't picked him up yet, you're crazy. Pick him up, put him on your team, start him. It's going to be a good game for him. Keenan Allen, start him. Quentin Johnston, start him. Ladd McConkey, start him. It's tough to figure out which one is going to get the bulk of the usage. Keenan Allen typically finds the end zone. He's definitely Justin Herbert's favorite end zone target. He's been with the team, the Chargers, for a very long time. So he's definitely a favorite over there. And then we got the Steelers and the Bengals. This is an opportunity for Aaron Rodgers to make up for the last couple shitty games that he's played. I would say it's safe to start Aaron Rodgers here. And obviously it's safe to start Joe Flacco too. We saw what happened a couple weeks ago, right? Are we in line for another big game from these old men quarterback? I think we are. I think we are. Steelers win this one. Defense actually shows up this time. Jamar Chase is going to get his touches. You starting him. Joe Flacco is going to get points because Jamar Chase is going to be good for him. Chase Brown, though, I would stay away from Chase Brown this week against the Steelers. Jalen Warren's a good start. DK Metcalf is going to have a good game. Aaron Rodgers. The tight end, Darnell Washington, has been coming along and putting up some good production. Safe play. Safe play. Geno Smith, I think, is losing faith from Aaron Rodgers. And then the last 1 o'clock game I got slated as our game of the week. That's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills. I already was talking about it earlier. I feel like James Cook is a good start here. Bucky Irving may be coming back, so keep an eye on that situation. If Bucky Irving is coming back, I would play Bucky Irving. If not, you're going to play Rachaad White. Obviously, Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield are both starts here. I think neither defense is worth starting. Wide receivers. Khalil Shakur is probably the only wide receiver that you should be starting on the Buffalo Bills side, only because the ball gets spread around a bunch. Like, you don't get a lot of big plays anymore from the Buffalo Bills, and that's why you don't see Josh Allen turning the ball over as much as he used to, because their offensive coordinator over there has pretty much eliminated the big over-the-top plays. So you get a lot of dink and dunks, and when that happens, you spread the ball around to 8, 9, 10 different receivers, some of those being included at James Cook. So Khalil Shakur, Dalton Kincaid, probably your safest bets receiver-wise from the Buffalo Bills. Tej Johnson, Emeka Egbuka, definitely starting those guys over there in Tampa. And I do like Cade Otton again this week. He was a good plug-in play last week, and I think he will be a good plug-in play again this week against the Buffalo Bills. Arizona and San Francisco, Jacoby Brissett. I don't like this matchup against San Francisco. I think San Francisco defense shows up and shows up tough today. Or on Sunday, anyways. And they kind of put too much pressure on Brissett. I would trust Trey McBride because he's their number one target. He gets 8, 9 targets a game every time. Marvin Harrison has been becoming better, but he's going to be touchdown dependent. I think your floor for Marvin Harrison is 10 points, but your ceiling is 17. Trey McBride, you're probably looking around 20 points for him, 20 to 25. On the San Francisco side of the ball, let's look at their players, actually, because I think Jawan Jennings, of course, like always, is on the question mark list. He's on the question mark. But he has a question mark with him every week, and he's not on it right now, so I think you're good to go. He's definitely their highest targeted wide receiver. George Kittle here, though, I don't know. I don't know if I like George Kittle in this matchup against Arizona. The Arizona is good at crowding the middle of the field. Could George Kittle end up having 3 touchdowns because they're in the red zone at the 5-yard line and he gets touchdowns there? Yes, that can it happen. But I wouldn't trust it. If you want to roll the dice, you want to flip the coin, like I said, for George Kittle, I don't see him getting a lot of usage unless they're in the red zone inside the 10-yard line and he gets that look over the middle because he's the big body in the end zone that can just throw the ball up to and he can come down with it. But with Christian McCaffrey being there most of the time, if they get into the red zone, he gets the rock. He gets most of the touches. You're obviously starting him and you're moving on. I wouldn't trust either running back from Arizona, Bam Knight or DeMarcado. Seattle and the Rams. I like this game. This game is very intriguing for me. The Rams are really good, and Seattle is really good as well. Both teams are good on both sides of the ball. I have question marks all around this game. Question marks, question marks. Because this game is going to go one of two ways, right? It's either going to be like the game we saw last night between the Eagles and the Packers. Really fucking boring snooze fest. 10-7 type game. Or this could be one of the highest scoring games that we see in years. Talking like 38-46 type of score. 44-50 type of score. Like, both teams just airing it out. With that being said, play everybody. Everybody. You're playing Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Tyler Higbee, Kyron Williams, hell, Blake Corum. If you're in a 14-man league, you're in a deep league, Blake Corum, plug him in. He's good for 6 to 10 points. On the other side of the ball, both running backs, Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, you're starting them. JSN, Cooper Kupp's playing, you're starting them. AJ Barner, Sam Darnold, all of them, starting them. Like, this game, it's going to be a fun one to watch. Either way, whether it turns into a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game, because both of these offenses or both of these defenses, if it's a low-scoring game, it'll be because they're causing turnovers. They're creating havoc. They're making it fun to watch. And then we move on to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Divisional matchup. Denver Broncos technically do have the lead. They're one of the top 3 teams in the AFC right now, 8-2. But they're a lot worse than their record is. The games that they've had kind of inflate their numbers. They barely put up 10 points against the Oakland Raiders. Yes, they have a tough defense, but the Oakland Raiders are in lose mode, and you can't even put up 20 points. The Kansas City Chiefs just lost to the Buffalo Bills. They're in playoff mode right now. They can't afford to lose any more games. I think I already talked about it earlier. I feel like the defense in Kansas City is going to show up against the Denver Broncos. I think the defense for Kansas City is a safe play here. Stay away from the Denver Bronco defense here. I think it's going to be a trap game. Kansas City is going to come away with the win. You're going to want to play Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, Kareem Hunt, and Patrick Mahomes. If you have any of those guys, plug them in. They're good starts. On the Denver side of the ball, I would only start probably RJ Harvey if I had to, which I have him on my roster and I'm not starting him this week. Cortland Sutton, good for a flex spot. He's probably has the highest chance of having a good game. He might be the only touchdown that the Denver Broncos get. And I wouldn't trust Bo Nix here. So Cortland Sutton and RJ Harvey with caution would be the only Denver Broncos I would play in this game. Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, you're playing Lamar Jackson. You're playing Derrick Henry. Play Zay Flowers. Yes, this is a divisional game. But same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Both of these two teams here, Kansas City and Baltimore, are both in win-now mode. They've lost too many games already. They can't afford to lose any more. So they're in win-now mode. The question is Mark Andrews going to find the end zone? Quinshon Judkins and Jerry Jeudy and Fannin Jr. are going to be safe plays. But remember, Baltimore's defense isn't great. And the Cleveland Browns have been able to score points. Like, they've been a shitty team, but they've also made the games muddy and gritty and crappy, just like they are. And remember, it's a divisional game, so they play their opponent tougher than they play anybody else. Mark Andrews. Should I start him or should I not? I'm debating on whether I should start Mark Andrews or AJ Barner. I might go find me a completely different tight end just to stay away from the turmoil of having to choose one of them. Sunday Night Football, we have another great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this one's pretty obvious, right? I wouldn't play A.J. Brown here. I traded away A.J. Brown for a reason, because I already went through the schedule and figured out the games and figured out his pattern. He has 2 bad games and a good game. 2 bad games and a good game. He had a good game 2 games ago, so he's got one more bad game coming, and that's going to be against the Detroit Lions. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, those are your locks over there for the Eagles. Definitely want to stay away from both of these defenses, right? And obviously on the Detroit Lions side, Jameson Williams has been getting a lot of touches lately, right? I have him on my bench. I'm wondering if I should fill him in this week. Cutting in Amon-Ra St. Brown. But that was also against the Washington Commanders. Philadelphia Eagles aren't as easy as the Washington Commanders. So I don't see the Detroit Lions putting up another 44 points here. I don't think Jared Goff is a safe play. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, yeah, I think they're safe plays. Sam Laporta, I think he's good for 14 to 20 points. And then I'll get back to you on Jameson Williams. I'm going to do a little bit more research, but I'm running out of time. Let me get to this Monday night game here. We got the Dallas Cowboys and the Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football. The tale of 2 shitty teams between the 2 of them. I mean, yes, the Cowboys are slightly better, but I look at the Cowboys and I think of them kind of like the Broncos. And the reason their schedule is the way it is because of their opponents that they had, and they just ended up getting the win. Javonte Williams here. Is he going to put up some production? Not like you're used to. Like you've probably been having him sitting in your RB1. He's not going to give you RB1 production this week. 12 to 16 points is your floor and your ceiling for Javonte Williams. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are going to be the highlights of this game. Dak Prescott's a safe play. And stay away from everybody on the Raiders. Geno Smith is going to throw you 2 interceptions. And Ashton Jeanty is this is probably going to be one of his bigger games that he does have, playing against the Dallas Cowboys. But considering how they've been, the Raiders I'm talking about, considering how they've been performing so far this year, I still wouldn't trust it. I probably would try and find somebody other than Ashton Jeanty to play. Is CJ Stroud playing? I thought it was Davis Mills. I don't like Bo Nix. I don't like Jacoby Brissett this week. The defenses they're playing, I don't like it. It doesn't seem like a good matchup. I do like Davis Mills if he's playing against Tennessee. Because CJ Stroud does still have a question mark. He's estimated to return this week, and that's going to be a question if he can return. I mean, it's a really good matchup playing Tennessee Titans, right? Probably the best matchup he's going to have all year. He put up 20 points in the last matchup against the Titans. 22 for 28, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 4 carries for 11 yards. But I do like J.J. McCarthy here this week, playing the Chicago Bears. It's a very vulnerable defense, J.J. McCarthy. I believe J.J. McCarthy has the runway this week to have a big game. I'm talking like a big game. Aaron Rodgers and Flacco. I mean, yes, they put up a really big game last time, right? I don't see the same thing happening this time. The Steelers are going to need to win this match. They can't get swept by the Bengals. If the Steelers get swept here and lose this match against the Bengals, they're done. They're done data. Their hot start to the season was fraudulent. And I've already checked out the rest of their schedule. I'm sorry to say it, but they really could. This could be Mike Tomlin's first year finishing under 500. Man, I thought it, and it started off so good for them. I think your safest bet is J.J. McCarthy here. Or Aaron Rodgers, unless Davis Mills plays. If Davis Mills plays, I probably would play Davis Mills over all of them. Just for the simple fact that they're playing the Tennessee Titans, and that is a really good prime matchup. Because I honestly, I don't see the Bengals-Steelers game turning out like the Thursday night game from a couple weeks ago. Or McCarthy. If Mills plays, I would play him over the rest of them. If McCarthy if Mills doesn't play, I would play McCarthy over Stroud. Because if you look, let's go look at how Davis Mills did. He's just a little bit more experienced. Stroud is struggling. Like, look what he did against Jacksonville. 27 for 45, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he threw an interception. He carried the ball 3 times, 20 yards, and a touchdown. On their way to win that game. And that's why I said I would play Mills in Tennessee if he gets a start. If not, out of those options that you gave me, I would play J.J. McCarthy. Because I'm in the same boat. I got to pick up a QB1. I have Daniel Jones, so I'm looking for Mills myself. But I have to wait. Because I don't want to have to drop people. Like, I only have like 1 or 2 people that I can drop, so I can't claim Mills early. I'm going to have to wait until I know for sure who's going to be starting, so then I can make my QB switch. So I'll be setting myself a reminder for that. But here's my team. I've had a bad year. I've made some bad last minute decisions, not listening to my gut. I've also faced all the tough opponents. Like, for some reason, they seem to have their best weeks against me, and my players will have their the worst weeks. So yeah, I'll be having Rashee Rice playing. I might use AJ Barner over Mark Andrews, just because I feel like that's going to be a really good matchup there. I feel like that's going to be the highest scoring game we've seen in a long fucking time. Seattle and Rams. I definitely got to change my defense. And my kicker. Kyrie Santos, I think, is going to be the kicker of the week this week. Him or Ricard from Minnesota. Defense of the week. Dolphins are going to be a really good defense to play this week. Playing against the Washington Commanders, who are really, really struggling. Another good defense you can play this week would be Kansas City Chiefs against Denver. 49ers against Arizona. Cowboys against the Raiders. And that's it. As far as what's on my waiver wires. But yeah, we're going to go through and we're going to pick up some people. I think your kickers this week. Andy Borregals is going to be a good one, that Jets New England game, but the problem with that is it's so early. Evan McPherson, Ryan Fitzgerald, and that's it that's on my waiver wires. Any last questions before I sign off? Don't forget, if you wanna join the Discord, go ahead and hit that link at the top of the page, at the top of the chat. You can hit that link. You can join our Discord, a wonderful community built just for football fans. Straight direct link to the AFC Eastie Boys and the rest of the community with all your fantasy football questions or just football questions in general. If you're coming here after the stream's over, go ahead, leave a comment. You can also find our Discord on our profile page. If you go and you go look through our links, you can find it on your way down there. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe for sure. Helps the channel out, costs you nothing. Helps put us in the algorithm, help a small channel out. We're also doing a giveaway. At 500 subscribers, we got Mike Gesicki signed autograph photo. We're giving away to a special viewer. And how do you win that? Well, it's easy. Make sure you're liking. You obviously got to be subscribed. It would help to be in the Discord so we can find you to be able to send you your winnings. And share. Share with your mama, share with your friends, share with your cousins, your coworkers, anybody who likes football. Share. Make sure you tag us if you're sharing us on any social media so we can keep track of all of that. Charlie's Choice Collectibles, you can find that on Macari. That's my buddy AFC Waffles. He was not here with us tonight. He's at work. Sometimes he joins on Fantasy Tune-Up, but most of the time you can catch him on End Zone to End Zone Monday mornings when we recap your weekend. But yeah, he has a nice little shop on Macari called Charlie's Choice Collectibles where you can find all kinds of goodies for football fans and non-football fans alike. I'm telling you, this is the best time of year to go check it out as well. And if you tell him you came from the AFC Eastie Boys, he'll give you a nice little discount. And this is a great place to go and ball on a budget for sure. These are the types of gifts that you're not going to find in a Walmart or a Target or anything like that. One-of-a-kind gifts so you can stun your receiver with. I don't know what you call a person that you get gifting. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if y'all noticed it or not. There's a QR code down there at the bottom of the screen. There's also a link on our profile page as well when you go to join the Discord and smash that subscribe button. But that's for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. This is going to be our second year participating. Me, my wife, and my daughter are going to go down there. We're going to run a 5K. In the meantime, before we do that, we are trying to raise as much money as we can for cancer research. All of it is 100% tax deductible, and 100% of the proceeds go to cancer research. Everybody that knows anybody knows somebody that has been affected by this, so it takes a community. It takes all of us working together to beat cancer. So go ahead, any amount. There's no amount too big or too small to donate today and make a difference. For every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys can raise, I will be running a mile per day. Every day. All the way up until the 5K. Right now we're at about $358. Less than $150 away from our first mile. So go ahead, if you can spare anything, you can smash that link, hit that QR code, go make a donation. It's been fun, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another lovely episode of your Fantasy Tune-Up Weekly, brought to you by Cat in the Hat and the AFC Eastie Boys. Make sure you guys are smashed in on that subscribe button so you stay notified on all the happenings around the NFL, because this is your #1 NFL channel. Alright, peace out, guys and gals.